to please appreciate them. Please, please, please do it. Celebrate them for me. All right. So I have known each of these amazing people for a bit now. All right. I've known them for a bit. An engineer, a doctor, and an educator. The way the CM of OJ Technologies is looking like, I need to spit out a lot of things. So, so let's give you, 1-2 minutes to just pour out a few of the things that are on your heart and share with us. Is that okay? So I'd like for us to start with Melissa Oko. I know your session really was about harnessing networking and mentoring as it relates to career advancement, career development, all right? So you have the floor. I need you to share from your heart how this personally has, worked for you, what you've shared with your team out there in your session. We all would love to quickly know. So you have about 2 minutes to do so very quickly. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I noticed that we don't know how to respond. Good afternoon, everybody. All right. Can we celebrate Pastor Ruben Daniels? So I think my being here is leveraging networking and mentoring. Right? It's a privilege to be here. So quickly, I was sharing with what is it called? Yes, my participants. People in my class say, yay. Yeah, they're water like me. All right, so I was sharing with them what a mentor or who a mentor is. And I was also sharing with them how to best leverage mentorship and networking relationship. And I also shared with them the 5 key persons that they need that we all need in every network. So let's start from 1 minute 30 seconds. Let's start from who a mentor is. So a mentor, firstly, is someone who is walking or who has walked down a road that you are trying to go through, right? It therefore implies that I cannot just pick anybody as a mentor. The person must have treaded that path that I want to tread on, right? So it saves me a lot of time. It saves me resources. It saves me quite a lot, right? And then I was sharing with them also that some of the best ways to leverage networking or mentorship, let's start with mentorship. The best ways to leverage mentorship is to offer value, right? Oftentimes, mentor and mentee relationship is the mentee is always at the end of receiving and there's no giving back. But I think it goes both ways. If you are receiving from your mentor, you should also be giving to your mentor. Why I said that is for the sake of exposure opportunities. It is the closest person to the mentor that the mentor is considering first. So Elisha in scripture had a lot of sons, right? There were various sons of Elijah. But Elisha was the one that ended up with a double portion. Why? Because he stayed closely. So the reason why you should offer value is because you want a double portion. And the first person to give is the closest person. I think my 1 minute 30 seconds are
Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Beautiful thoughts. All right. Amazing. I'm sure the people benefited from it. I know that we can't do justice in 30 minutes to the subject of that we've literally lived our lives by. All right. Dr. Fury, I'm going to come to you last, though. The way you're looking at the audience, like you want to spit fire. Have you noticed?
I'm feeling it.
Oh, okay. It says the light. We're not dimming any light. Okay. So you spoke about personal branding, right? And personal development, how this relates to our careers. I'd like for you to please, in another 2 minutes as well, share with us, please. You need to stay within that time as well. Share, a summary of what it is that you have presented by way of your personal experience as well. So, Mr. Jeffrey Pete.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. a smile, but I don't waste my smile. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much. I want us to also celebrate Pastor Remy one more time. And thank you very much, Melissa, for that contribution, for what you just shared. And Doctor, it's good to be on a panel with you too. I cannot be a doctor by proxy, doctor by sitting close. All right, so in our class, we discussed on the subject of personal branding and how it affects your personal and professional growth. Branding itself, like every other topic, is a very big one. It's a very broad one. And in a few minutes, we focused on very key and important areas of branding. Because you see, branding goes beyond, when we talk about branding, what many persons in different rooms we think about is how people see you, right? And we want to start thinking about things like, do I have a unique color to my name or to my business if you want to take it to that area? Or do I have a unique tagline, a catchphrase? Some of you will change your name to maybe something, so people will just know that's you. Or is there a logo I will add? You know, when people talk about branding, those are things that come first, but branding is beyond that. Branding is, or the concept of brand is simply, and I want everyone here to take that, is what people think about you. Your personal brand is what people think about you. Now, branding is the process of influencing or shaping what people think about you. So you want to direct the perception of people about you. Take it away from personal brand, take it to your business, take other things. It is you influencing the way people think about that thing that you sell, the way people think about that service that you offer. We think about you as an individual. Okay. And then the branding happens somewhere that is not in a physical space. Branding happens not with the clothes that you wear. It's not with the products you go to the market and buy. The lab of branding, the real estate of branding, like I always call it, is in the mind of people. Just like this building is founded, is built on this soil, this is real estate. And then if you are developing software and API and all of those things like our tech guy here, you have real estate in the internet, right? Or some of you have real estate maybe on social media. But for branding, the real estate of branding is in the mind of people. You want to occupy the mind of people. Everything that you are doing is in the mind of people. So the reason why two persons will stand and you have a different story about this person and another story about this person is what is in your mind about this person. If I call two names, is my 2 minutes over? Okay, I think I still have some seconds. If I call Pastor Remy Daniels and I call Dr. Efiri, immediately I just mentioned the name Pastor Remy Daniels, there are things you start thinking about already. Right? That is his brand in your mind. When I mention Dr. Efiri, I think you start thinking about already. That is his brand. Now, not everybody, you cannot make everybody think about you in a particular light. But what you do in branding is to ensure that the majority of people think about you in the direction you want them to think about.
So
thank you.
You ensure that that's not them just for you are the one
influencing it, yeah.
Influencing and shaping that. Right, this is feedback. All right, thank you so much. If you don't mind, please kindly let's appreciate them both. Thank you very, very much. So, Dr. Efiri. All right, so you guys don't know why I'm breathing. By the way, the gentle person amongst all these people, of course you can tell is the middle person. She's the only born again one. These other two people, they are born again, but the way they stressed my life is amazing, especially that man. You know, so sorry, Mr. Oko, one of the things about mentoring that I've learned with time, personally for me, is that a mentor cannot read your mind. It is the quality of the questions you ask the mentor that draws out the virtues from the mentor. Right? So you can stay around a mentor. Some people are there, they'll just take picture. Mentor, they go and put on social media. Just tormenting themselves. But the real virtues you get from a mentor is the value you can draw out from the mentor by the quality of the questions. So when I say these two people trouble me, you see quality questions. So when he came today, we agreed that before we step out of here, we have a meeting. How did you say it?
Then one-on-one, personal, okay. So now we are talking with everybody, personal. Oh yeah. How does a doctor begin to do all these things you are doing? And you shared, literally, I'm paraphrasing. What's the topic again?
Navigating career shifts.
Good. Navigating career shifts, especially in this age. All right. By the way, first of all, when did you know that you would do tech? Is it when you were in med school or before med school? Please answer quickly first before I go to the main question.
I've loved tech since I was in secondary school.
So medicine was just...
Medicine was daddy's influence.
Oh, daddy's influence. So now you are doing your own influence. Is daddy okay with it?
Medicine is what God asked for me. After my internship, I decided to stop the practice. There are a few times in my life I've heard God talk to me clearly, and one of those times is to practice medicine. Can I use you to
begin to share what you share with them? All right, so go ahead. You're already sharing. Go ahead. Go. I can see you're ready to download.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, my class members. And my class members felt my hand though. Good afternoon, my class members. See how excited she is. My class members, where are you? Wave, let them see you. Yeah. Okay, my 2 minutes is over. I will use 1 minute to appreciate Pastor Romeo Daniels for this opportunity. And he's a mentor to us. He believes in us. Pastor Romeo Daniels is someone who would see value in you. Unfortunately, I won't be able to answer my question, but just to appreciate Reverend Igor and Pastor Romeo Daniels for this opportunity. And it's important. You know, it takes a lot of insight, I would answer, to see value in somebody. Let me just put it in a pidgin English parlance. To see value and virtue in something that has not gotten a certain recognition. Like Pastor Rumes has a lot of vision from his slide. How many of us saw that slide on vision today? You know, so I jokingly tell myself that when I blow, I don't think I will do this. Come talk. Unless I already have a relationship with the person. That is, the person must have believed in what I'm doing now and not come to me because they are seeing the result. And that's something I'm particularly grateful for, that is giving us this audience to share what we deeply love, even though it seems like we have not gotten the result, but sir, we go blow. You know, go take. And we'll blow so well. So I thought, no, it's not a prayer. Failure and success is not an event. It's the consequence of the decisions you make day by day.
So you see now that if you don't answer your question, right, your classmates, your people will not be happy. So now in the next 1 minute, share. How do you really, I'm going to draw the,
okay, yes. Okay,
hold on. I'm going to draw the answer out of you. I want it in 1 minute, right? How do you advise anybody here to begin to deliberately navigate a career shift strategically? What are the things you need to do? And please, you need to do it in 1 minute. So yeah, don't talk about Pastor Rome again.
Okay, so I think firstly it has to be what you are truly interested in and what you are passionate about.
Beautiful.
So if you have something in writing, acting, animating, and all of those things, one important thing that you should do is to first define what you want. That's clarity and focus. Very, very important. I shared with my class people how I learned 8 softwares in 1 year. No jokes. I can call all of them. Very big mistakes. And then she talked about mentorship. After you discover your niche, you need to find someone that's walked that path and let that person guide you, you know. So if I go back to what you said earlier about like I would advise a doctor, it's not so hard and it's not so abnormal to see a doctor in tech. My mentor is a professor of medicine and he's a developer. He was talking about the nurse who codes. My mentor is a Times 100 most influential person, a professor of medicine. He has many awards, but he writes computer programming so well and good. So finding that person would help you navigate and get there so much quicker, you know. Just by my relationship with my mentors, I've defined what I want to do as a health professional.
So we're going back to mentoring again.
Yes, very, very important.
With somebody who has gone the path.
Yes.
Right?
And your networks too, and joining communities.
While you still hold that thought, right, is there anybody in the audience who would love to throw a question out? There's a microphone or two in the audience, please. Feel very free now. I can see one hand. The light is really bright. Is that the only hand? Let's know. Okay, there's another right there. So we have two hands, right? Three. Where's the third one? Can you see the third one? In front? Okay, so have you identified the three of them? Okay, so please let's have the question very quickly. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Pastor Daniels and everybody. My question is relating to what we've talked about today. So I've heard so many times, not just from you, Pastor, but from a lot of people that the force of the university is pushing a bad agenda because it's not teaching people how to cope in the world. Rather, it's just teaching people an outdated version and all of that. So for what I do, I graduated with the first class 3 weeks ago, and I help people who want to do the same because I believe it's possible. I went from a 2.7 to a 4.94. Sorry, 4.94. So I help people who want to do the same.
Sorry, what did you study?
Public health.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I help people do the same thing because I know that it is a possibility. But I've heard from many people that I am supporting a negative agenda. I am doing something wrong because I am giving muscle to a failed agenda, which is the university system. Please, what's your take on this? Because I even have a book I released, The Mindset of a Top Student, to help students, achieve the best they can in the education system. Yes, sir.
To bring out the best.
Yes, sir. The Mindset of a Top Student. Pardon?
Do you have a copy of the book here?
No, it's an e-book, sir.
It's an e-book.
Yes, sir.
Please, how many people want that book? Okay, God bless you. See, there are many of us. I want it. All of us here want it. If you don't mind, please, I'd like a copy today. I will share it with as much as. So,
thank you, sir.
Thank you. What's the name again now?
Astriel Emmanuel Ofwa.
Thank you. So, first of all, we're grateful to have an excellent mind. Please, let's celebrate, please, an excellent mind. Making that shift from 2.7 to a 4.95 is a huge feat. And you're what we'll call a mentor, somebody who has stood the path and who is now showing others how to go that path. The school system is not a failed agenda. It is a system, and a system has its place. A system teaches you discipline. A system teaches you a whole lot. As a matter of fact, learning to read and write is what precedes all of the things we're doing here. So that system still has its place. However, the only issue with the system is that a lot of what is being taught, right, to be candid, even before AI, right, even before AI, already quite a lot was already obsolete. But AI has even made it look more like child's play. So where does your place, all right, differ from what we are saying? Not at all. It doesn't. What we've only said is while you're developing that structured learning, don't forget to build other aspects of your life. It's like you cannot decide you want to eat balanced diet. You can't decide to only eat, only a bangari and forget to eat beans if you really want balanced diet. You know what I mean? Well, so what I'm saying is, when you look at where the world is headed, because ultimately, while you go to school is to become valuable, just like she mentioned earlier. And so if you are trying to be valuable in terms of the capacity to solve problems, to be relevant in adding value to people's lives, you look at the problems of the future and ask yourself, does my current capacity to solve problems now relate with the capacity to solve problems tomorrow? If the answer is no, then what I have learned was quite good. However, I need also to go further. So it has its place. And I can assure you, there are many people who are in school studying just like Doctor here, what daddy and mommy have sent them to do. And many here will still go. But while they're there, it is important that we all toe this line and get excellent grades while at it, because school will ultimately bring the best out of us. Very beautiful. So please, don't be worried. If you listen to what everybody says, you'll be distracted. You need to understand that what God has given to you is very key. However, it's time to also step it up a little. All right, that's just all we're going to say to you. I hope that's okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Auntie.
What's the next question?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tonya. Okay, my question goes like this. Hello? Can you? Okay. My question goes like this. You people talked about good evening, pastors. I'm just invited in this beautiful gathering. So, yes. So, my question goes like this. You talked about mentorship, which I'm so much interested in. I'm a data analyst. How can someone get a mentor? Yes.
Melissa, that's you.
Okay, how can someone get a mentor? You already know what you are niching on, data analyst. So what I think the best way for you to get a mentor is for you to now look around you, who is doing that thing that I want to do, right? And after you have found that person, go after them. Go after them can be, they may not actively be people that you are seeing, that you can see every day. It may just be somebody online. They call that, I think, code networking or code connection, right? So you can reach out to, there's LinkedIn. A lot of persons are available on that space that are doing what you want to do. But it's how you now place your questions, right? So people just go and just say hi and wait for the person you want to mentor you to say hi and let's continue the conversation. It doesn't work like that. Clearly state your mission. You're on a mission. My name is this and this and this. I've followed your work means that you should have followed their works, right? So you're not just coming to be mentored. I followed your works and observed that you are doing something I want to do. I have a couple of questions. I would like to reach out to you. Start from, don't just progress to, I want you to mentor me. I have a couple of questions in this regard, and I would really want you to spare a bit of your time with me. When can I reach out next? You have also posed another question that would lead to your next conversation.
So it's about the how.
Yes.
The what and the how. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, I am.
You are?
Yes.
Your community, are you in part of the data analysis community there?
Yes,
You
Excel.
are? You are?
Yes.
And you don't have anyone in there you can
No, you know why I asked this question? It's not like I've not known so many people that can mentor me,
Okay.
but seriously, it's not easy to find a mentor because even after the conversation, you see that some people will feel like, I don't know, but I've tried it like 2 people. So I was like, yes.
You've not started. Okay. So let's put it this way, right?
Yes.
Thank you for asking this question.
Okay.
We need to wrap up, but for starters, I need you to apply. Thank God you're on LinkedIn.
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. LinkedIn is where that action is. In fact, forget YouTube and Facebook. Not YouTube. Instagram and Facebook and X. For you professionally, if you're not on LinkedIn right now, please sign up today and begin to build your profile there and follow everybody who looks like where you're going to. Join communities that look like where you're going to. If you're interested in, whatever it is, there's a community on LinkedIn. And in that community, you'll be shocked that there are people waiting. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. I'm telling you. So, sorry, we could take this and will not end. However, you want to say something?
Yes, I would like to.
Okay. So before we even round up, I want you to write this down. This is for everybody. In my group, in my community, we shared this together. The art of developing mentoring relationship. I need you to write that down. That's the title of a message, a training message somewhere. All right? It's on YouTube. I'm sure, I don't know of Melissa, but I'm sure of these 2 gentlemen. I'm very, very sure of it. And I'm sure that every single person who has approached me in this room to say, please mentor me, already know why I'm recommending it. All right? We cannot teach you this thing when you come. By the time you come to meet the mentor, it's already too late to know how to get the best out of it. You need to understand it before you go into it. So that message is about an hour. It's up to 2 hours. And you've listened to it. I didn't even know. Anyway, about an hour, 30 minutes. It's an audio. I was speaking to a set of young proteges, about 20 of them one day. And it just dawned on me that this same thing we're teaching 20 people in this room and we're not recording. We need to put it on record. And it has been so. I can't count how many people, from banks to... So please go look for it. It's on my YouTube channel. The art of developing mentoring relationship. When you are done, please private chat any of us here. I'm assuring you, you will never miss another mentor again. I promise you. I'm not mincing it. It was deliberately crafted for this kind of reason. All right. So to say, I've reached 2 people and their shakara is too much. They are not delivering. You have not started.
I'm still chatting with them though.
Oh no, don't worry. Before you continue chatting, go and listen this weekend. Today is Monday. So just take this week to listen to
Sunday.
it. So take this week to listen to it, and then by the weekend, shoot again. You'll be better equipped.
Thank you very much.
All right, so please, Dr. Phil, you want to say something?
Okay, yeah, thank you. Sorry, ma. I just had to add this. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma. Basically, there are 2 kinds of mentorship from what I know. There's an active, and then there's a passive. Everything I learned about community management, I learned it passively by observing somebody closely and paying attention. So the excuse of they're not answering me doesn't really stand the ground. It just shows that you are not really willing or you are offended. So you need to really check your motive and know what you want. And
don't worry,
really
by the time she's done listening, we will not be telling her this again. Is that right? Good. All right, so we have about 2 more minutes. So we have one more question or 2. Where are they? Please, let's shoot quickly. Your name, question?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. I didn't come early, but I met the session and it was powerful. My name is Hannah Evie, and I had 3 questions based on the 3 speakers that gave a brief on what they taught in a different session. So I'll start with the session I was in. For the mentoring, she talked about disclaimer. If you are going for something and then the person doesn't necessarily share same value with you in some things, especially, for instance, a Christian now, I'll make it more practical, say a lady like I am, and then this mentor that you are going for is a male, and then he works already in the path you are going for, but then she made mention of womanizing. And then he's coming for you, like in between. You are there for mentorship, but he's asking for something else. And you're trying to manage the situation. It's not working. How do you, go about it? Should you just forfeit it or, I don't know, run?
What was the answer? I'm wondering how to manage that one.
This particular, we didn't paint this scenario. But the answer to this scenario is run.
Okay.
It's not the only one that is going the path that you are going. Please run.
Please, there are other mentors. See, there's a difference between mentor and tormentor.
That one is tormenting.
And there's also mentilatum. You need to know which of them you are.
And there's mentos.
There's mentos. Sweet.
All right. Thank you very much. And for the personal branding, Mr. Jerry spoke about the need for us to brand ourselves. So my question is, growing up in the Christian community as a child, we've been taught that, you don't need to care about what people think about you. Your own is just you and God. Just focus on what God thinks about you. People's perception about you doesn't really matter.
So the question?
My question is this: why should we intentionally take branding serious with that kind of orientation in place already?
Okay, so you have the answer. However, any Christian community which we all grew up in that says we shouldn't be mindful of what others think is joking, especially if they don't know that our own dear Christ asked, what do people I mean, what do people say about me? Who do they say I am? Is that not so? So, the question is, was he mindful of what people thought? You need to answer that. So if Christ was mindful, then you should be mindful. God is mindful. As a matter of fact, God all through from Genesis to Revelation always introduced himself. The one that is naturally coming to mind now is I am that I am. Wow. He introduces himself. Me, Awi, Aleshe, Ashe, Alewi. The talk Nadu. Okay. Anything else to say? Why should we?
Okay, so let me contribute. Let me add to what Pastor Reverend has said. You know, there's a story of Samuel trying to ordain a king in the Bible days, right? And Samuel saw a guy and wanted to anoint him. He said, "This is the ordained guy." And God said, "Verse, calm down. What are you doing now?" Because Samuel saw him, he was looking fit and all of that. God said, "I do not see as you see." Right? You will see the outward and I will see the inward, right? And if you're a believer, I think you should, with this and with what RD just said, take branding even more intentionally, become more intentional about it, because you are dealing with people and people will not see your inward, they will see your outward. And again, let's advance this. If you are a believer, your branding is even supposed to exceed the branding of an ordinary person, because if you're a Christian, the things you do, the things your Bible say you do, if you put them into practice, if you are excellent like Bible said, if you are committed, giving to what you're doing, all of those things, right, you will stand out and people will always remember. These are things that Jesus Christ was doing and people could not forget Jesus Christ, and even till today you cannot forget it. A friend of mine said something. He said, if you look at a normal curriculum, look at the attributes of a leader that they will list. A leader should this, a leader should that. Take those things that they write, that they wrote there, take it to your Bible, you will see how Bible places it plainly. A Christian should do this. So the things that they say attributes of a leader are actually attributes of a Christian.
Very true.
So if you follow your attributes as a Christian, you will be one of the best brands that we'll see.
Very true. Thank you. And finally about that, right? Please, let's have the last person. However, the thing you need to know is that we're over 6 billion people. I think that should mean something. So you shouldn't be lost in the crowd.
Wow.
All right.
Thank you so much, sir. The last question regarding career shift. So for a person who has a lot of interest,
you asked 3 questions.
Yes, sir. I said I was going to ask 3 questions.
Oluwa. Right. Go ahead, please.
All right. So for a person who has different interests, like you feel so vast within yourself, and then you don't really know exactly, what to really dedicate yourself to. Let's say within a space of a time, you were interested in something, you were giving your all. Before you know it, you are, that energy, and then you're switching. So how do you manage that? I think that's one of the issues a lot of us
do you have that issue?
A bit, yes.
Okay. So you are kind of multi-talented, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I think this is one of the most beautiful questions. Please, you may want to sit, please. Thank you. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you. I think Dr. Efiri said something earlier. 8 skills, digital skills, softwares in 1 year.
Bad mistake.
I don't know if anybody heard that. That's even within IT now. That's not outside. That's not medicine, sports, kitchen, culinary. No, he was within the IT space. However, he was scattered in every place for 1 year. So, which is why I know you can't make that kind of mistake again. And anybody he's mentoring now, he can't tell them to make that kind of mistake. However, please, don't worry. If you're like the kind of person that is multi-talented, I'm just going to say a few things. Number 1, try your hands on the things and fail along the way. Enjoy the failure. The reason why you need to enjoy the failure is at least you know which one you shouldn't do. And when you have finished failing, because see, let me tell you why it's dangerous for you not to try them. The danger of that is this. All right? The danger is that you might begin to say, what if I had done it? So it's better to even do it. All right? However, the easiest part is to partner with God. Go back to the one who created you. He didn't create a confused fellow. He said, call upon me and I'll answer you, and I'll show you great and mighty thing. And purpose is a mighty thing. So sit with him and say, Lord, I don't think I have the luxury of time to be wasting on all these skills, on all these passions. So please, show me. He will most likely reduce all of that. If you sit and genuinely pray and ask, you realize that you can literally reduce all the 10 options or 20. Please bring them down. All right? And you need to sit down. Even after praying, you need to ask yourself one last question. If I had to do 3 things before I die, if I was to die tomorrow, which 3 things or which one thing will I want to do before I die? And when you ask that kind of question, you realize you eliminate all the things you don't want to do. So please, don't waste your time doing all of them. However, if you are an adventurous person like myself, you realize that you need to try many things. I love adventure, and God wired me like that. I love adventure. So if you're an adventurous person, go on the ride with God. Let him take you on a journey. It's a journey of discovery, because our greatest work ultimately is to discover ourselves at the end of the day. All right? So I don't know if we have one more question. Yes, please. Okay. But is there any other person?
Okay.
Good.
In addition to what Pastor has brilliantly said, I don't know where the person is, but I think one thing he should do is get a mentor, as we have all been saying, and then branding.
Very quickly, yes.
MTN does many things, but if you think about MTN, what comes to mind is one thing. Same with Samsung, same with any other big brand you have out there. So you can still do the other things, but be known to be excellent at one thing whilst you have other interests. I think that would actually help, rather than just catching at the end of the day.
Very, very true. Melissa, have any other thing to say as we go? You?
I have something to say. Please, if you have a question around branding, feel free to ask me after now. If we don't have that interaction, hit me up on social media. I will answer you. If I don't have time, just be patient. Yeah.
So every of us here on LinkedIn, active on LinkedIn, please. I beg you, as soon as you come on LinkedIn tonight, reach out to us, all right? LinkedIn, right? Jeffrey Apete is right there. She's Joy Oko. Am I right? There's Joy Oko and there's Melissa Oko. That's the same person, right?
Same profile.
Very unique.
You see, that's the personal branding, right? And then there's Ruben Daniels everywhere as well. Thank you very much, everybody. Please, let's celebrate everyone here. Please, let's celebrate everyone here. Please.